Boxing pros are sharply divided on the big fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence "Bud" Crawford. This super fight showcases raw power versus impressive skill. Experts and legends share very different opinions on how the September 13th matchup will play out. Some believe Canelo's size and powerful punches give him a big edge over the smaller Crawford. Others think that Bud's exceptional talent and ability to adjust will level the playing field against the Mexican star. The former champion and boxing analyst Andre Ward is backing Terence Crawford to win. He believes Crawford's strong will, adaptability, and smart fighting style will be enough to overcome the size difference, even with Crawford moving up 2 weight classes. Ward stated, "I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against anybody right now. You've got to show me that you can beat him."
What would happen if Canelo fought Terence Crawford? I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him. You know.
Having faced both fighters, Amir Khan gives the edge to Crawford. He believes Crawford is the fresher fighter and has taken less punishment throughout his career.
Crawford's going to probably do the same thing that he knows best, which is box, be smart, slow movements, small steps. Only small steps he's taking. So if he, I mean, look, and it's always worked for him. Every fight he's been in, we thought that the fight with Spence was going to be hard, and he made it look so easy. Now, I think Canelo has a size advantage, but then again, I've always said Crawford puts on the weight well. If you look at size of him, you see his picture when he was like 185. He looked huge, but he looked jacked up and he looked strong at the weight as well. I mean, I remember when I used to spar with him, and I think, wow, he's heavy and he's heavy-handed as well.
People don't give him as well,
yeah. You know, people don't give him the credit for his power. Crawford bangs hard, man.
Khan also questions Canelo's motivation, suggesting he may not have the same fire in the belly after achieving so much in the sport.
What would you say is
I think Crawford, in my opinion, has more attributes, like more advantages in this fight, because being the guy that's not taking much punishment and not many hard fights, going up and down weight categories. See, one thing about Crawford, he's built himself up slowly, whereas Canelo's jumped up and down weights. So I just feel, looking at it, the fresher fighter in that fight is Crawford. And I think he's the fresher guy, is going to probably edge it, in my opinion, because I could just see that Canelo don't have that fire in the belly anymore. He's made so much money. He's won every title out there. He's been in the game a very long time. So respect where it's due, where I think that he's just like, maybe this could be like a farewell fight for him. When a guy's cementing his legacy already, he's not bothered about anything more.
The former world champion Tim Bradley is confident in a Crawford victory. He dismisses concerns about the size difference and believes Crawford is on a different level, even calling him a GOAT.
If Canelo couldn't knock out Charlo, or you really think that he's gonna knock out Crawford? I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168. Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way. I know a secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret, is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight.
The former trainer of Gennady Golovkin, Abel Sanchez, sees the fight as ridiculous and predicts Canelo will stop Crawford. He believes that after a few rounds of adjustments, Canelo's size and strength will be overwhelming.
Just, I think, showed us that Crawford doesn't have that one-punch knockout, first of all. He's going to have to put punches together. And he can put punches together 147, 140, and they're going to be quick punches. With Canelo, they're going to be a little bit slower. So Canelo's going to be able to see him. Maybe not, like I said, the first 3 or 4 rounds, he will be quicker. But after that, he's going to be able to see and be able to time him. And not necessarily hit him with a shot that he hit Khan with, let's just say, but he's going to be able to touch him. And once he touches him, it's a 12-round fight. And it's a 12-round fight where Canelo can just tee off on him at will and not be afraid really of getting hurt.
Mikey Garcia acknowledges that Canelo is expected to win, but wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford pulls it off. He does, however, add a cautionary note, stating that Canelo hitting Crawford could be life-altering.
Very different situation, different opponents, different styles of fighting. So it's not. I can't really quite compare the fight, side by side. But it does. face challenges. You know, every time you move up in weight, fighters are bigger, naturally bigger. They can take a bigger punch. They can give a better punch too. You know, they're heavier. But this is a different matchup. Canelo's not as fast, not as aggressive. He kind of goes on cruise control. He's not one to use his strength as size to dominate all the time. Sometimes, like I said, just cruise control, which allows Crawford, I think, to fight a little bit more comfortable. Crawford's IQ, I think, is superb. So I'm actually thinking he might pull it off.
If you were Crawford, how would you fight Canelo?
Box, counterpunch, box, switch, you know, from left-handed to right-handed. Just make it complicated for Canelo and win the decision. You're not gonna hurt him, so win the decision.
So who do you think's gonna win?
I think Crawford's gonna win.
You think Crawford?
I think Crawford's gonna win.
By decision?
By decision.
What happens when he takes a shot from Canelo? One of those uppercuts from Diaz or those.
He could get dropped, or he feels it enough to be like, fuck this, I'm boxing. And goes on the bicycle and turns southpaw for the rest of the night. And I wouldn't blame him either. Fuck it, you're gonna go in there and collect a fucking paycheck at that point.
Crawford's most recent opponent, Israel Madrimoff, calls it a 50-50 fight. He believes the outcome will hinge on how well Crawford handles the significant jump in weight.
Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, what do you think about that fight if they did fight? Looks like it's up for September.
Good fight. You know, if 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, it's Canelo.
What makes Crawford so difficult to fight against?
He has power, smart, in more practical.
He has more experience.
Interestingly, Madrimoff's coach, Joel Diaz, holds a more definitive view, firmly favoring the Mexican superstar. No way Crawford beats Canelo, Diaz has been quoted as saying, predicting a convincing decision victory for Alvarez. Diaz's reasoning aligns with the concerns raised by Madrimoff, citing Canelo's proven power and ability to handle punches from bigger men as the decisive factors in the potential showdown. He predicts that while the initial rounds may be competitive, Canelo's power will be too much for Crawford once he realizes Crawford can't hurt him.
He's really smart. He's going to give Canelo a little bit of trouble in the first round, but then once Canelo feels that he can't get hurt, come on, Canelo's been hit by the heaviest hitter in boxing, Triple G, and never got hurt. He got hit by the ball, never got hurt. A 175 pounder.
So I feel like this fight is gonna be somewhat like the Charlo fight, where it's just
it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like the Charlo fight. I mean, they're gonna sell the fight like Crawford's gonna win, but there is no way business-wise Canelo will not jeopardize a loss, because if Canelo loses, the boxing business goes down. I mean, I know a lot of people think that he's not gonna win.
The boxing analyst Max Kellerman gave a clear and concise reason for his pick, stating, Crawford. There's a reason that I think Crawford's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, right? And Canelo once was. He elaborated that Canelo has had a long career and has recently shown signs of not being the same fighter, whereas the last time he saw Crawford, he annihilated Errol Spence. While acknowledging Canelo is the naturally bigger man, Kellerman believes Crawford checks most, if not all, of the boxes for a victory.
Say Crawford, if you go down the list and ask me about tactical advantages, most of them are Crawford. What Canelo has is size, and as a result, physical strength and punching power.
Shawn Porter, a former two-time welterweight champion, having been in the ring with Crawford, Porter's analysis focuses on Crawford's unique power. He describes it as speed makes power and details Crawford's whip-like punches. Porter believes this speed-generated power will be more than enough to trouble and gain the respect of the larger Canelo.
I actually think that a fight between Terence and Canelo would be really interesting.
Crawford going up to 168 to face Canelo.
I think that Canelo is not who he was 3-4 years ago. I really wouldn't say he's declining, definitely not fast, but I mean, his career is definitely not doing this. And it hasn't done this in 2 or 3 years. So obviously It ain't a fast decline, but Canelo's certainly just not who he used to be. Terence Crawford, you imagine he's probably training at 160, which means his body is not foreign to being as high as 165, even 168. He doesn't come to the ring on fight night above 170. Canelo does, but then again, you're saying, hey, the faster, quicker, lighter fighter who more than likely has power and strength at that weight class. His body weight is that weight class. He's cutting down to 47. He's cutting down to 54, so it's just, I think those are the things that people don't know and then they overlook.
Shakur Stevenson, the current WBC lightweight champion, believes people will be shocked by how well Crawford's power translates to the super middleweight division. He said, "I think that's the thing that's gonna surprise a lot of people in this fight. Bud's power carries up." He also dismissed concerns about Crawford's age, 38, stating, "His 38 is like somebody's 30. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he's very disciplined."
I think Bud gonna cook Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's physically kind of big, but height-wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so. No.
Corey, how you got a decision to stop this? Because Bradman and Boozy think that Bud actually might stop it.
Me and Boozy talked about that. That's crazy. Me and him got on the phone and talked about it, but I think that's possible. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility if Canelo gets to acting out of line and not understanding that Bud can crack too. So.
Clarissa Shields, the multi-division women's champion, is firmly in Crawford's corner. She believes that Canelo has slowed down from his peak. Her prediction is based on the belief that Crawford is too smart for Canelo and will be able to outskill him.
With all due respect to Shane Mosley, he just said that Terence Crawford was going to get watched by Canelo. I don't think his word is really worth that much.
Do you think she need a year?
No, she needs till January, February. That's the timeline. She needs 6 to 8 months. She said out of her own mouth that she's in shape. She can come back. She told me that I'm too small for her. I'm not skilled enough for her. She punches too hard. And if she comes to get me, I won't be able to keep her off me. So stand on that. Take this $15 million and come get your ass whooped.
Eddie Hearn gives a slight edge to Crawford, but frames his analysis around a key uncertainty. He stated, "The main question is probably how the weight will affect Bud and how he reacts to the size difference when he takes a shot. That really is the million-dollar question." While he leans towards Crawford, his prediction is conditional on how Crawford handles Canelo's physicality.
Go back and forwards, to be honest with you. When I talk to Bud, I kind of he convinces me that he's going to win the fight because he's such a believer in his own ability and he's very convincing. And then you see the presser yesterday and I thought Canelo looked really well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously he's a big lump, so I was always Canelo, then I sort of leant towards Bud, but now I'm back with Canelo, so we'll see.
Jeff Hearn, who has faced Crawford's power firsthand, issued a direct warning to Canelo. He believes Crawford is strong enough to not only hurt, but potentially knock out Canelo. He envisions a scenario where Crawford will pick him apart, using his technical skills to dismantle the Mexican superstar over 12 rounds.
Oh, wow. You really feel that Terence could stop a bigger Canelo?
Possibly, yeah. Sure. He's got super accurate shots, and if he's able to weather the storm early from Canelo, if that's what Canelo's strategy is, that could tire him out, and that could allow a window for Terence Crawford to start seeing if he's able to pick the holes and land the good shots. He could certainly tire Canelo out and stop him later in the fight. It's definitely possible.
While Mike Tyson's son, Amir J. Tyson, confidently stated Crawford is too damn fast, Mike Tyson himself is more circumspect and leans towards the bigger man. The legendary heavyweight has praised both fighters, but has consistently voiced concerns about the matchup, believing that Canelo's natural size and proven punching power at the weight could be the decisive factors.
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there and see it. Because listen, there's been upsets like that before. You know, Henry Armstrong, 124 pounds, he beat the 146-pound champ. So, you know, you never know. Anything can happen when two men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything can happen.
Canelo or Crawford?
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard punch. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there and see it. Because listen, there's been upsets like that before. You know, Henry Armstrong, 124 pounds, he beat the 146-pound champ. So, you know, you never know. Anything can happen when two men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything can happen.
Crawford.
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard punch. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there and see it. Because listen, there's been upsets like that before. You know, Henry Armstrong, 124 pounds, he beat the 146-pound champ. So, you know, you never know. Anything can happen when two men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything can happen.
Canelo or Crawford?
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard punch. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there and see it. Because listen, there's been upsets like that before. You know, Henry Armstrong, 124 pounds, he beat the 146-pound champ. So, you know, you never know. Anything can happen when two men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything can happen.
Virgil Ortiz Jr. picks Canelo based purely on the physical realities of the matchup. He explained, "I just think the weight difference is going to be the deciding factor here. Crawford bit off a little more than he can chew." However, he gave immense credit to Crawford for taking the challenge, adding a significant caveat. "I'm not saying he can't, I'm just picking Canelo to win, but if he does win, he'll be my #1 fighter of all time."
I don't think he is, but if he beats Canelo, he'll be like my #1 fighter of all time.
You don't think Crawford beats Canelo?
I don't think so. And look, hear me out. I respect Crawford and everything that he's doing, but he just moved up from 147, so I'm just gonna treat him as a 147 pounder. He's jumping up 3 weight classes to fight someone who was like the #1 fighter in all of boxing, you know. The jump would be hard, even if it was just like some top 10,
right?
You know.
Bud, would you say he's a very smart fighter?
Yes.
Very calculated,
Yes.
right? Don't you think that maybe he sees something that most people aren't seeing?
I think he does, but the thing is he gonna be able to even like to capitalize on it? Because he's a smaller fighter, and look, I think people are thinking at the aspect of, can Crawford do it? Yes, I think he can do it, but can Canelo do it? And I think he has a bigger chance of doing it than Crawford does.
It favors him.
Now, Canelo, he has obviously the size advantage, the strength advantage, intellect. I think Crawford edges him out in IQ. I just think the weight difference is going to be the deciding factor here. I mean, like, when I seen Canelo's check hook against Berlanga, that shit was like this. You know, and Canelo's not slow either. Like, this shit was, I didn't see that coming at all. He just dropped him, and I was just like, damn, he still got it. I just think that Crawford just bit off a little more than he can chew, but if he can chew it and he beats him, which I think he can. I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he has 0% chance. I'm just thinking Canelo wins. But if he does, he will be my #1 fighter of all time.
Wow, I always knew that you had a lot of respect and admiration for him.
Sugar Shane Mosley, the boxing Hall of Famer who has fought Canelo, kept his reasoning straightforward. In an interview, he expressed his primary concern and the basis for his pick, stating that Canelo is simply too big for Crawford.
Canelo versus Crawford coming up very soon. Who do you got for that one? How do you see it going?
It's going to be a great fight in the beginning because Crawford is a great fighter as well. I think that the size difference is going to be too much for Crawford. I think that once they start mingling and battling, I think that Canelo might be able to get Crawford. But anything can happen. I mean, Crawford can catch him on chin too. I mean, it's not like it's a for sure thing. It just seems that Canelo has speed and his power at that weight, so it's gonna be hard for Crawford to do anything, I think.
A consensus of boxing legends, Miguel Cotto, Joe Calzaghe, Ricky Hatton, Marco Antonio Barrera. While it has been widely reported that this group of legendary former world champions is picking Canelo Alvarez, specific detailed quotes explaining their individual reasoning are not readily available. The general consensus is that their preference for Canelo stems from a respect for his proven track record at super middleweight, his formidable power, and the historical difficulty fighters face when jumping up multiple weight divisions to challenge an elite, established champion. Bernard Hopkins, a boxing Hall of Famer and the legendary former middleweight and light heavyweight champion, gives Terence Crawford a very high chance of winning. Going against the grain, Hopkins stated he gives Crawford an 85% chance to beat Canelo. His reasoning is that Crawford isn't just showing up for a payday, but is coming to dominate from the opening bell. Hopkins believes Crawford will establish from the first round that I belong, I earned my position to be here, and I'll show you that your time has come and is gone. His prediction greatly varies from his earlier, a good big man will always beat a good little man statement.
Does he win? Can he beat him? Can he beat Canelo? Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight classes?
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's gone. He ain't going to surrender and say, I slowed up, so I'm going to act like it. No, he has to be shown. And it has to be early.
Devin Haney, the undisputed lightweight and current super lightweight champion, is picking his fellow countrymen. While acknowledging Canelo's size and skill, Haney believes Crawford has what it takes. He said, Bud has the skills and discipline to win, but Canelo has all that with the size. Of course, I'm picking Bud too. But will it be an easy task? Number. But if anybody can do it, I think Bud can.
My dad was the one that told him that he should take the fight. Bud looked at my dad like
Canelo Bud.
Yeah.
People are just talking about the size, right? That's why it's going to be too tough. But when you look at those two guys in stature, right, they don't look that difference in size. And Canelo is a small guy for 168.
Yeah.
Bud has longer arms. How's that matchup look to you?
I think it's a good matchup. It's a fight that we all been wanting to see. Bud has the skills. He got the discipline, IQ to win. But Canelo has all that with the size. So I think it's a good fight. I'm happy that Bud got the fight. My dad was the one that told him that he should take the fight. Bud came out and said that my dad was the one that told him to fight Canelo a long time ago.
Really?
So yeah.
Like in a private conversation,
he
just recommended
he told him,
that.
like, man, the fight for you is Canelo. And
really?
and Bud looked at my dad like yeah, but
now it's here.
Yeah, no, it's here now. So I think it's a good fight for boxing.
Is your dad picking Bud to win that fight?
Of course, yeah. And I'm picking Bud too. But will it be an easy task? No. But if anybody could do it, I think Bud can.
Jermell Charlo, the former undisputed super welterweight champion. Having shared the ring with Canelo Alvarez in 2023, Jermell Charlo offers a first-hand perspective. He is picking Canelo to win, describing the Mexican superstar as a straight-up animal. Charlo compared the experience of fighting him to punching a brick wall that punches back. He warned that the 168-pound division is a different level of physicality and believes that if Crawford thinks his slickness alone will be enough, he might be staring up at the lights.
Just jump right into it. And, Canelo's a motherfucking beast, you know what I'm saying? He an ox. Maybe I felt that more because of the fact that, this is my first time at that weight division. I wish I could have gained a little bit more weight in between from the weigh-in to that time, but I can't control my body and I can't, but like God had this already written. And, I'm glad that I was in there to put on the performance for Showtime pay-per-view.
Sean Gibbons, a longtime boxing insider and advisor to Manny Pacquiao, is emphatically picking Canelo in what he describes as a potential mismatch. He believes size will be the dominant factor. When your skill level is high enough, you can overcome a size disadvantage. But size still matters, Gibbons stated. He predicts that Canelo will absolutely dominate Crawford and wants to make a statement, suggesting a stoppage is possible. It could be a decision win, but he could break Terence with a body shot or a punch to the chin, he added. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.